Hi there and welcome to the Barbara Young channel and welcome to my Friday Sews. First of all, I'd just like to start by saying thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for creating the hashtag Friday Sews. Not got anything made this week, but I have done a couple of alterations and I've had a little parcel that I'm going to have a look at, and I've got a new character with me just up there. So I think first of all I'll start off with the alterations I've done. So this is the first one that I've done. I've amended this skirt to fit better. Those of you who saw last week's video would know that I've got several skirts that I'd been looking at that are made ones that I've done myself, and they just didn't fit anymore. So I was deciding what I should do with them, and in the end I decided they're such nice material that I should alter them and make them fit. So I've done a couple of them, and this is the first one. Now this pattern is the McCall's 7022 pattern. Just tuck it in a bit there. Yeah, and it's a nice skirt. It's a nice pattern. It's got this really wide waistband on it. Now it comes in a few versions, as it were, a few variants, where there's one that's completely plain, there's one that has the pleats on it like this one does, but the one with the pleats on it is actually got pleats front and back. But what I did is I made this one that's plain on the back, so there's no pleats on this at all at the back, but there are the pleats on the front, and I think that sits on quite well actually. I think that sits better. I prefer it like that, because then you haven't got the pleats on the back getting all creased up when you sit down. So yeah, so that was that one I adjusted, and basically what I did was to take the waistband off and then adjust the side seam and take the side seam in on the actual skirt and on the waistband, and then put the waistband back on. Now this does also have a lining, of which the original pattern doesn't have a lining, so I put a lining in, so I had a little bit more work to bring that in as well on this on the lining piece to make it all nice and neat and fit properly. Putting the zip back in was a little bit tricky, because obviously I would have done it slightly differently had I been making it from start, but you know, it still went in fine. It's still in there, and now, you know, I don't have any looseness in there, so that's that works quite well really, and I'm quite happy with that, the way that it's gone. So yeah, all in all, that's a nice, you know, completion, as it were, a nice alteration to make what was a loose skirt now really nice and well fitting. Yeah, it's come out well. And this is the second skirt that I've amended. Now this one is, I suppose, more of a plain, almost an A-line type skirt, with these fox print on it in a blue, which is really nice. This one has pockets in it, side seam pockets. Now this is actually from the pattern, it's the New Look 6509, which is actually a dress pattern, but lends itself very well that you can separate and just make the skirt section on its own and just have that, because the top section is a one that's it's attached, it's sections. It's not in, you know, it's not like some of those dresses where if you don't have the top section, the bottom doesn't fit properly, doesn't sit right. But this one, it does. You can make the skirt on its own, and that's what I did. Only it didn't seem to fit very well again. So what I did with this one, again, I just took the waistband off. I took the side seams out, and then took them in again. Now this was a little more tricky because, like I say, this has got side seam pockets in it, so I did have to account for that. It also has a lining, so I had to redo the side of the lining just to bring that in a bit as well. But again, it wasn't too bad, not too tricky. It didn't have to do the whole skirt. And with this one, because of the way that the waistband is on this is effectively a facing piece up here that gets stitched on and then turned down on the inside. So I didn't actually have to take the zip out at all on this one. I did on the other one, the McCall's pattern, but this one didn't have to touch the zip. So that was brilliant. So I just had to take that facing off around the waist, take the side seams out, and then bring it in by however amount it needed to make it fit. So there we go. And that, I think, fits really nicely now. Sits really comfortably on my waist properly, you know. And like I say, I didn't have to mess with that zip at all. So yeah, again, another alteration that didn't take too long really to do, and now I've got another skirt that fits really well that I really like. Yeah, another something that will get worn. Fantastic, very nice. Now, I've had a parcel delivered. A bit of a surprise, I wasn't expecting it. This one here. And I know I have already opened it because I wasn't quite sure who it's from. So I opened it up and had a quick look just to see who had sent me a lovely parcel. And it turns out that it's one of my viewers and a friend of mine that I know through my YouTube channel. A lovely lady called Dawn, and she sent me some items. And yeah, I was really surprised. There's some wonderful things in here by the looks of it. I've not had a proper look, but even though I did have a peek in there, so I'm going to have a proper look in there now. So yeah, let's have a look. First of all, there is a box, and now this looks like it's one of those bobbin boxes, one where you can put you know, your reels, because it's got these posts in there. So you can keep your threads nice and neat in that. So that's brilliant. It's always nice to keep them. I've got a metal tin that I put a lot of stuff in, but they do get mixed around. So having something that can keep them a bit neater will be brilliant. So yeah. Then we've got a pattern. Auntie's 2 patterns, Camden bags. And can you see that? Wow. It's a pattern for bags. I'm not going to get it out this time. I'll have a look at it later, but yeah, that looks quite nice. They look like some really nice bag styles and that. Yeah, sort of thing you could be able to take to the beach maybe, or store your knitting in, or something like that, or crafting materials. So yeah, that's brilliant. I like that. Like I say, that's the Auntie's 2 patterns Camden bags. And there's a website as well, yeah, aunties2.com. Yeah, I look forward to having a look at that. And then this is the thing I noticed before, is that there seems to be lots of, as it were, haberdashery items, but it's things such as, by the look of it, trim. Look at that. That's, wow, I like that. That's some really wide one. It's like a blue, almost a navy blue. That's brilliant, but it's, wow, it's absolutely chocker with this sort of stuff. Look at this, I've got some green. Oh, some of this is stretchy, so some of this could be used on jersey materials. Got a couple of pieces of that. Got some white trim here. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see that all that well, because it's a creamy colour almost. Yeah. Oh, what's that? Is that stretchy? Yeah, that's stretchy. Almost what you could use on underwear, isn't it? Sort of thing, I expect. Absolutely could. Look at that. That's really nice. I like that. That's really brilliant. I've got some black. This is not a stretch one, so I'd have to go through and work out which ones are stretch and which ones aren't stretch. A grey one, that'd do good for undies, wouldn't it? Yeah, some lighter coloured ones. Again, a non-stretch one, just a light little trim, and a brown one. We've got some white as well. One of these is, that slightly cream one is not stretchy, that one is. Wow, oh my god, there's so much here. I've got some purple, that's stretchy, some cream one. Oh my god, there's so many in here, there's so much. Wow, Thank you. This is just brilliant. Look at this, some pink one. It's nice. I like that. It's a nice trim. More white. Got some red trim here. That's another stretchy one. That'll be nice as well on the top edge of a pair of undies, to trim it off at the top edge. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. Got some more as well there. Is that a stretchy one? That one is a stretch as well, yeah. Some more here. Wow, there's just so much here. Some peachy one and a pink one. More pink, and they're both stretch. Wow, goodness me. These are just brilliant. And this red one, that's really fancy. Look at that. That's just brilliant. And then at the bottom, oh my goodness, wow. There are threads. And I mean there are threads. I don't know how many I've got here. I've got some, looks like white or off-white. Got some orange. Got a yellow. I've got like almost like a fluorescent yellow. But I've got pinky coloured one. Got a light pink. Then we've got things like this brown and a green, dark green, and then there's another green there. It's a different colour green, and then another lighter coloured green. I've got some that look like another green, lots of green, a sort of grey looking one. Again, I don't know what colour that is. It's a nice one, nice dark colour. Wow, and there's just so many in here. Another white, and some ones that are like cream coloured, or it's like a light brown, tannish colour. You know what I mean? There's just, I don't know how many's in here. It's just, there's just so many. It's just, wow, this just absolutely stuffed. 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 25 maybe, so something like that. All I know is there's a lot of thread in here. That is just amazing. So yeah, just brilliant. Lovely to have such a wonderful gift from a viewer and friend. So there we go. Wow, yeah, I don't know what to say other than thank you very much, Dawn. That's very nice of you. It's so very kind of you. Now, the last thing I want to tell you about is last weekend on Saturday, last Saturday, whatever day that was the 7th or something, I can't remember. Last Saturday anyway, I went to another one of these sort of craft and makers market that they've had going on, nearest to me, as it were. This one was held at Newport. That's Newport in Shropshire this time. I did go to a previous one that I showed you some things that when I'd been there, like got some stuff from that. I got a few cards and stuff. This one's a little bit smaller. Wasn't as many stalls there, but it was still plenty to have a look at. Some really wonderful things there. The lovely Ruth from the website Shropshire Sews was there and had some of her materials and things and items in there. So that was really nice to have a little quick look there, see what she'd got. And then I went and had a look at the other stalls, and there were plenty of stuff there. You know, jewellery, people making bags. There was a little cake stand there that was really nice. People have got little ornaments and things and stuff like that, you know, plaques and a whole range of different sort of crafted and handmade stuff there. So yeah, some really nice stuff there. Now, one of the stalls, there was a lady called Jane, and she had bags and some little like figurines, animal figurines, and this being one of them. And isn't she cute? This is a lovely one with a little dress on as well, and I just thought that was so cute. So even though I really, you know, shouldn't have been spending any money, you know, I'm trying to save money, you know, and not spend it, this was so cute, I did decide to get this one. The arms move and the legs move and the tail swishes. It's just so brilliant. Now, the lady said that this is a cat. And yeah, I suppose when you look at the face and the whiskers, that this is a cat. But then the colouring of it always makes me think, as soon as I saw it, is that it's a fox. Especially with the tail, the colour of the tail. But yeah, it is meant to be a cat. And I just thought that was really, really cute. And that's so lovely. So I did get that. And now it's going to obviously sit up here next to Dominic. There we go, see? They can sit together. And I was thinking, well, what about a name? What about a name for this this little character? And then I thought back to Christmas and Vlogmas and all the names I'd got when I did the naming for Dominic. And I had a look to see if I could still see that list. And I did have it written down, some of those names that had been put forward. So I had a look through and I thought, well, I could do it as a draw, but I think I'm going to be, as it were, a little bit selfish and just choose the name myself. Now, that is obviously Dominic the deer. So I'm going to call this one Delphine. So we've got Dominic and Delphine. And yeah, they can sit together now, can't they? These two lovely little characters. I do love these little characters, and I keep thinking I should make some more of the deer ones and have a whole horde of them. But obviously it takes time to do that, you know, and it is like a fun extra thing. So only gets done when I've really got properly the time to be able to do that. So yeah, nice to have these things, isn't it, if you can. Yeah, so there we go. Dominic and Delphine can sit there and watch while I do my videos. So there we go. So that was the last thing I want to tell you about, was that craft and makers market. They do continue on. There are more of them that are going to be done. I'm sure that on the Shropshire Sews website, if you go to Ruth's website, I think she might have a couple more dates shown on there, events, the ones that she's going to be going to. But they continue on through the year as well. So there we go. That was it. That was my week. So there you go. That's what I've been up to. Like I say, I've got 2 items adjusted, so they now fit and are wearable. A lovely parcel from the wonderful Dawn. Thank you very much, Dawn, for that. And obviously a new little character that I picked up at a craft and makers market. So there we go. Nothing massively impressive, but just a few things to tell you about there, hasn't it? So there we go. And that's it for my week. So yeah, there you go. If you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. Please do subscribe if you'd like to see more of this content. If you can just click that bell icon, then you'll get a notification of when my videos come out. Please do comment. I do love reading your comments. It's really nice to hear what you're thinking and also what you're up to and what you've been doing as well. And like I always say, if you wish to comment between yourselves, please do, because that's why we come here, isn't it? To make those connections. So I think it's just left me to say thank you very much for watching my video. I look forward to seeing my next video from Delphine and Dominic and me. Bye.
Yeah.